how did you feel when he said? Now, I'm sure I'm just regurgitating what I've heard when he said slavery is a choice. I know what he meant, but
Oh, back. Yeah.
what did you feel when he said that?
Yeah. So I understood what he meant.
All right,
So it didn't bother me. I understood exactly what he meant, what he was trying to say. Like you're choosing to be a slave in your head. That's basically what he was saying
right.
on TMZ and stuff. And then whatever that guy's name is on TMC had his moment where he kind of schooled him, and he sat there like, "Oh
He's
shit,
talking about Van.
man, yeah, yeah."
Yeah.
Look, y'all got the same name. Look at that. That's why.
Hey, listen, and
Man.
that guy is actually no longer. He got kicked off the show
He
not
started his
too
own
long
thing, didn't he?
after that.
Yeah, he started his own thing. He's successful. That was his moment to shine, and he shined, and he got his own stuff now. Where
Yeah.
Kanye lost me was the Piers Morgan when he went on there, and he was hella disrespectful and just childish. And Piers Morgan,
Really?
yeah, he was very, very, very childish. Now I saw the Piers Morgan and Andrew Tate, and I felt that Piers Morgan was definitely disrespectful towards Andrew Tate. On this show, I think he was very respectful towards Kanye, but Kanye was acting like a straight up child, like nah, 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 nah. I don't hear you, like literally acting like a kid, talking about like how much money do you got? Maybe why should I listen to you? Like this hella disrespectful. And I was like, yo, come on, man. Like that's and he was supposed to go in there to apologize, apparently. So he doubled down at first and then he apologized. But where he really, really lost me was when he went on that other YouTuber's channel called Lex Friedman. I don't know if you know who that is, but apparently he's some massive YouTuber. Never heard of the guy
Hold
before.
on.
And so I
I'm
watched that, but apparently he's a Jewish guy, a Jewish
uh-huh.
Russian, and he brought him on, and that was the most authentic interview I ever saw. And he's trying, and he called Kanye West right out, right in front of him. He was like, stop calling people, like, stop saying Jews, like, be man enough and call out the people that you have a problem with instead of just doing this blanket statement that is Jews. And he refuses to listen. And I realized, like, Kanye is this type of person where you can give him good advice. You could be that friend who's like, hey, man, maybe you went too far. Man, nah, shut up. You don't know nothing. I'm a genius. Like, shut your mouth. He's a dude who would play you a song and is like, what'd you think? What'd you think, Van? You like that song? You're like, I ain't feeling, oh, whatever, man. You trash anyways. That's why you ain't no artist. I'm the genius.
He
He's that
did that
type of person.
to Sway
Yeah.
on
Play
Shade
in the morning.
45. You ain't got
Yep.
all the answers, Sway.
Right. Yep. Yep. He did the same. He did the same thing. And that's when he's like the Lex Freeman's where he lost me because I was like, this dude doesn't want to hear what anybody has to say or any good advice that they're trying to give you. And that dude, like Lex Freeman wasn't afraid of him. He just told him straight up, like you're wrong here, you're wrong there. I understand what you're saying, but be man enough and call people out by their name. And
Right.
Kanye wasn't man enough to do it. So yeah, that's where he lost me. And then just his behavior afterwards, where he starts complaining and bitching about how Adidas stole the rights to his Yeezys. Say, bro, you signed that deal.
He did sign
And,
that deal.
and you were
But,
very happy 2 days prior, bragging about how Adidas would never drop you and how you were a billionaire. Now you're upset. Oh, they stole. Nah, man. Like you just doing the
well,
whole victim thing.
well, check this out, man, because somebody said I watched this one gentleman channel. His name is Anton Daniels.
Right.
Cool dude. Dude is cool as hell. And he broke down Kanye West's, how much money he's making, how much he was making, and the fact that Kanye West's whole plan was to get out of that deal.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted to get out of the Balenciaga deal, the Adidas deal, and it ended up working for him. Probably not the way he wanted it to work, but it ended up working for him. But what do you think all of this is building up toward? I mean, this can't all be about shoes. This can't all be about money. This can't all be about Kim Kardashian with the crazy cooch that just make everybody daggone
Yeah,
nuts.
crazy. I said the same thing to Kardashian. Something's going on down there.
It's something
That's just
going on
crazy.
with the Kardashians, man. But it can't all be about that. He keep on bringing up running for president one day. He really believe that he has a chance of winning. My question to you is: do you think he's manic? Do you think he's like,
Manic depressive.
yeah,
Yeah, I think he probably deals with some sort of mental health issues, but who wouldn't being in that type of environment? I'm just being real. Like watching that documentary that Netflix had, you saw a humble up and coming artist. Yeah, he was a little confident, He was
he was
confident.
super like, man,
And
that dude
also,
had a type of daggone go get it I've never
yes,
seen. He had
yes,
that go get it, man.
yep. And he was getting and people didn't believe in him and they doubted him. So I think once he achieved this level of stardom and everyone telling him he's a genius, I think he started believing that shit himself. That's why I keep saying, like, I don't think he's this genius that everyone makes him out to be. I think he makes good music, cool. He takes shitty clothes and he turns it into a fashion statement and people gobble that shit up. Um, I I think he is in a world with a bunch of delusional people in Hollywood who have praised him for so long, and then finally he says something that people don't agree with, and he gets angry and he goes on his childish tandems. I know exactly what you're talking about with that whole YouTuber who is saying that this was like his way of getting out of deals and stuff. I think people are giving him too much credit.
You think so?
I don't think that was a strategic play. I think he legit thought that he was untouchable, and now he got touched because so what? Yeah, but you're right. He's probably gonna make a lot more money down the line once people
Straight to
start rocking with
consumers,
him
what he
again.
wanted.
Exactly. Yeah, straight with consumers. So he says.
So he
Right.
says.
So he
So he
says because
says.
remember that Sway interview, right? He was all about you don't have the answers, and I need to get in the door with Ralph Lauren. I need to do this with Balenciaga. He was all about trying to be. He wants to be. He's so weird to me. That's what I don't understand. It's like, what do you want to be? Do you want to be a rich billionaire? Do you want to be this Christian man? Do you want to be this thought provoker? Do you want to be this black community spokesman? Like, what do you want to be? Because it seems like he doesn't know what he wants to be. One moment he's talking about like we need to help black folks, poor black folks. Next moment he's talking about nobody respect me. I'm a billionaire. How much money you got? Like he seems to confuse him like what he wants to be. Like he has no identity. He's lost. And
He just now apologized to the black community again. He said, now I know what it feels like to have a knee on your neck. Did you hear that apology?
no, I did not. But didn't he say that like 2 years ago when he was running for Trump or when he was supporting Trump? So he just I think this whole thing backfired beyond his expectations. Like, even if he was going to do direct to consumer, who was willing to work with him at this point? Nobody. Nobody. So even if he does it by himself, what company is going to do the cuts, deliver, do the drop shipping for him? Like nobody wanted to rock with him.
I think he's been able to, and this is just me. This is just me. I think he's been able to see how demented the consumer can be, that they will buy anything depending on who hands it to him. And he firmly believed that he will be the richest man in the world someday because people continue to double talk the same way he double talks. Mm-hmm. People continue to double talk by using their dollars. He's doing nothing. He's a mirror for all of his supporters.
Yep.
It's like we have this conversation all the time. I don't talk about him a lot, but when I say we, I'm talking about content creators talk about this a lot, about whether or not he's bipolar and all these other things, where the same people who are against him have a whole closet full of Yeezys. For instance, he did the White Lives Matter shirt. Mm-hmm. And I want to know what you feel about that in a moment. But Kanye West and Candace Owens, they wore White Lives Matter shirts. And when they wore these shirts, Black America went nuts. They went crazy. Celebrities were all over the place. Like, what in the what's going on? Like, dude, first you said this about slavery, and now you saying this. Man, we done with fun. We done with Ye. We done with Ye. Ye is canceled. Yeezy done. No more Yeezys in my house. None of that. But then, guess what? Louis Farrakhan came to his aid and started taking up for him when he was on the Drink Champs video. And he said, I don't see what the problem is. He's a black man. He has a right to say whatever he wants to say. Now, whenever is someone that's like, he's coming to his aid now. And then black people like, ooh, Louis Farrakhan is taking up for him. He must be saying something right. We gonna go ahead and back him again. So it goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And he plays this game so well that he gets like real wealthy off of it. And And we can clearly see he's not written off because every single video he's been on is the biggest videos on these people channels. Now, I'm not saying that Lex Friedman is a small content creator at all. No way at all. And I haven't checked out his Lex Friedman's channel, but I'm looking at it right now. And this brother got crazy numbers.
Millions.
From Kanye have been on there. And so does Drink Champs. And so does
Piers Morgan.
Whenever Joe Budden podcast talk about him, big numbers. When the guy Anton Daniels I mentioned talk about him, biggest numbers on his channel. Like, so his people still want to hear and they want to know about Kanye. Ooh, somebody else talking about Kanye. I need to go ahead and tune in. I need to see what they're saying. Why is that? If he's written off, why do people give a crap so much?
Drama sells. They like controversy. And he's very good at it. It's the same thing, the reason why people like Trump. Anytime he spoke, love him or hate him, there's a reason why CNN ratings were up during his presidency. He sold. He makes money. Those people make money. Good, bad, ugly, doesn't matter. They make money. Same thing with the Kardashians, the same thing. Literally, think about it. The woman made a career off of a sex tape. I'm not just diminishing her to that one single tape, because regardless of you love her or hate her, because I don't care for that family. But they took an opportunity and they ran with it and they turned that into an empire for all of them. For all of them. So we live in. They still do. Yeah, they still do. And I think he knows what sells. I don't think it's fake though. I think he really is just going these crazy tangents and stuff. But I think he's drinking his own Kool-Aid. I think he's drinking his own Kool-Aid, and everyone loves it, and people will use him for it. Charlemagne the God is a pure example of a person who literally used this guy. Because I remember in 2020 or 2021, where he's supposed to be Kanye's friend. Kanye would actually talk to him and confide in him and everything. Remember they went on the tour of his house in the mountains somewhere in the Midwest.
Yeah, he was one of the only people that was invited to that exclusive meetup.
Exclusive meet, everything. You know, Kanye would come on and talk to him, all that stuff. Now look at the way that Charlemagne the God treats him. Makes fun of him on the show and everything. People in that industry in Hollywood are users, man. I wasn't successful in that industry, clearly, but my best friend, he worked in Hollywood. I didn't make it in Hollywood, you know, because that, like, acting was like my hobby, is my passion outside of when I was in the military. My best friend, he was heavily in the Hollywood scene. He was making movies and stuff like that. And I would go out there sometimes and I would help out. And those are some of the biggest leeches I've ever met. If you have nothing to offer them, they don't rock with you. Wow. They will rock with you and you have something to offer. And when they're done with you, they will just toss you out like a used condom. That is the industry that he's in. So imagine that could make anybody crazy. My only thing is, like, I don't understand why that dude remains in Hollywood. Like, Dave Chappelle got out. Why are you still? Though? I mean, he doesn't live there. He lives in like Ohio somewhere. So when
he still, that's where he makes his money though, and with the Hollywoodies.
I mean, of course you could travel there. You know, you travel there, you do your stuff or whatever, but you don't live there. Like Kanye, they live there, Calabasas or whatever it's called. They literally, they live there, they breathe it. Like, and then you get mad that you're married to a chick whose entire life is about exploitation of her life in general, and you upset that paparazzi are over there, always following you, and she's the one who calls them.